The Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate has positive reaction tonight on Senator Harris being Joe Biden's pick. I spoke to Cal Cunningham about that and also got him on the record when it comes to the type of coronavirus stimulus plan that he would support as North Carolinians just continue to suffer.
Russ, I think that's a very strong choice. I had the pleasure of campaigning with Senator Harris when she was in Durham last year, when she came to St. Joseph's AME Church, when she spoke at the Durham Committee on the Affairs of Black People Gala. She was very well received, and I think that she will be well received first as a candidate, and then as I listen to the ideas that she's promoting, the things that she's going to fight for, I think she could be good for North Carolina.
Let's talk about the stimulus plan that seems to be stuck in the water or mud, so to speak, for the past several weeks. Let's start off with unemployment benefits. Do you stand by the fact they should be $600, or would you agree to something less?
I do think that they should be extended at $600. I do support that. That's been an incredibly important part of putting money into the pockets of people who have lost their jobs for no fault of their own. And we have to remember, Russ, that North Carolina's unemployment system is one of the stingiest in the nation. And that's in no small part because Tom Tillis made it that way when he was Speaker of the State House. This is an important part of putting money in the hands of people who need it most right now.
PPP loans, should they be extended? Should there be more of them to help local businesses?
There should be. And I've been a strong supporter of the PPP program. As you and I discussed earlier this year, there needs to be strong oversight of that money. We need to make sure that it gets into the hands, particularly of African American, minority, and women, small businesses, and that has been missing, but it's been a good program. It's helped save jobs. And I've been a supporter of it.
And should there be funding in the stimulus plan to fund additional testing and get those test results by much faster than what we've been seeing at 5 to 7 days or more?
Absolutely, Russ. And in fact, this has been one of the first and top priorities that I've been talking about since this crisis set in. The way that we will curb this pandemic before we have a vaccine requires heavy testing, social distancing, wearing of masks, contact tracing, and personal protective equipment.
What about additional funding for local school districts across the country so they can actually function in this new way of education?
Oh, very much so, Russ. Not only additional resources for our educators, but we should put resources behind broadband extension right now. There are hundreds of thousands of North Carolina households without connectivity, and we need to make sure that every child has a device to connect. Congress is uniquely positioned to help in this moment, and I've been promoting it. In fact, Russ, we just had a town hall meeting in Guilford County with local elected officials and education advocates who voiced exactly these needs.
Cal Cunningham, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Russ. I appreciate it. Stay healthy.
You too.